We are back again for episode 3, i2i in the parks. We are going to be talking about Walt Disney World and everything else in between in the Disney park space. We are back together. My name is Kyle, your host, and my co-host alongside me, as always, is Miss
I'm Brittney.
Thanks for being here again, Brittney, and hanging out with me to talk about it being in the parks. Obviously, if you're watching the video portion of the show and not just the audio portion, you'll notice that I'm in a little bit different of a space tonight.
Mm-hmm.
All the junk is not back here anymore, which I know just bores Brittney to death because she doesn't get to look at all of my shenanigans.
I know, all the pops and all the games and everything. What am I going to stare at while you're talking?
I know, because I'm such a boring person and I don't have many great things to say. But maybe now people can focus on your beautiful pin board back there.
Yes, I moved a little closer because my background was not very aesthetic, and now y'all can look at my pins. It's really just my husband's pins right here, the Star Wars. Oh, backwards. The Star Wars collection right here.
You got plenty of pins up there too.
Yeah, but there's a lot of room up here for more, so more to come in a couple of months.
I know y'all are starting to rival my pin board, to be honest with you.
It's getting out of control. This one you can't really tell, but I mean, it's probably like 3 feet wide, but there's still it's only half full. We got a ways to go.
I was going to say, it looks, I know we're seeing a slight different perspective of it right now, but every time I see it, I feel like that thing fills up more and more quickly each time that we see each other.
Well, yeah, and Ryan just bought me another pack of pins for my birthday, so it's gotten more full, but there wasn't that many that I wanted to keep, so I'm going to have to trade a lot of them. So, but it will get full during my next trip.
Which we're going to be talking about in the show. Speaking of, we've got a full show for everybody. We're going to talk about Disney news first. We won't hit everything in the Disney news space, park space, but we'll hit as most we can. We're then going to talk about food and wine and some things that stick out to us from that. And then Brittney's going on a trip. So we're going to preview her trip a little bit. She's going to make us all jealous. So let's not waste any more time. Let's talk about Disney news. Brittney, I'm going to give you the floor first. Of what Disney news item do you want to discuss?
Well, this is kind of old news by this point, but Tron has changed over from a virtual queue to just standby. So now Magic Kingdom only has the one virtual queue with Tiana's. Mm-hmm. I think this is great. You know, Tron, I feel like the excitement kind of rose and fell really quickly about it. So I don't think there's really any reason to have a virtual queue anymore. And it's just a lot of stress if you're trying to get both virtual queues.
Yes.
You have to worry about doing it at 7 and again at 1. And I think this is a great opportunity for rides like Peter Pan and Seven Dwarfs Mine Train to have a shorter wait time at rope drop. Mm-hmm. So it'll help to disperse the crowds a little bit. So I think this is a great decision. I'm all for it.
I think obviously we knew it was going to head that way at some point. The question of was when, and the things that we talked about last episode with D23. Just imagine how many virtual queues they could have with all the different things that could come at some point. I have seen some of those lines, especially for the first couple of days that began, and obviously it looks just like every other headliner. So no more virtual queue, folks. So prepare yourselves accordingly when you go to Disney parks. Make your decisions. Make your decision no at this point. Seven Dwarves, Tron, maybe Thunder Mountain at this point, and it's going to get crazy even more in there.
Yeah, and I think we can definitely expect for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train to move from the single pass to the multi-pass once the Stars Land and Villains Land finally open. So that is a long time coming. Yeah. So I'm excited for that to finally happen.
Believe it or not, it'll be here before you know it, because I remember back when we used to think, Galaxy's Edge will never get here. Never. Ever, ever. And it finally arrived. My Disney news item is going to be, we just try to stick about, Walt Disney World here, but I like to throw in a little bit for the other parks as well, but especially when they do things like this. For their Oogie Boogie nights out at Disney's California Adventure, they are having villain meet and greets out there, and more so kind of almost like little stage shows. This reminds me, Brittney, more so of something that Universal might do with some of the things they do for Halloween Horror Nights. Obviously, not as real, I don't want to say real, but adult as those, because it's just the Disney villains and stuff like that. But here's a few of them, and the ones which one I'm going to mention first. Hades, which looks absolutely ridiculous, and like when I say ridiculous, good. Have you seen these things?
No, I haven't. I need to go look this up. This sounds really cool. Disney World has some villain meet and greets, but it's not anything like that. That sounds really fun.
These are more like they're up on a stage on a set and you can walk by them, and they're kind of performing. I guess you'd call it somewhat ad-libbing with the guests there and hanging out. Like, Hades does the whole joke of, "Oh, is my hair out?" Because his hair actually like goes out at one point and stuff like that. So they got like Hades, Judge Doom from Who Frames Roger Rabbit, Madam Mim from Sword in the Stone, Mother Gothel from Tangled, of course your Maleficents, Dr. Facilier, which is one I would love to see. Sid, you remember Sid from Toy Story?
Toy Story. Oh, that's so cool.
So it's obviously hard for you to break. It's an adult, obviously acting as a child up there, or at least a youngish looking adult. So it's kind of hard to like break from that. But most of the actors that I've seen acting as Sid have done a really good job.
I'm really gonna have to look this up. This sounds so fun.
Sid's the one that kind of was like, oh, all right. I wasn't expecting them to pull him out.
Yeah.
For Marvel fans, Agatha Harkness for Agatha. It was Agatha all along. Cruella, and then of course you've got some like non-villain ones. You've got Minnie Mouse, Daisy Duck, all of them in their Halloween outfits. So if you haven't seen them, and obviously we're not even at Halloween yet, go and check them out. So that's just something that stuck out to me. What else you got?
So it's kind of staying along the same lines of villains. We got over in Hollywood Studios the last day of Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. It's going to be October 7th of this year. That's another thing that I am just not sad to see go, kind of piggybacking on what we talked about last episode. Something I've never done, haven't really had a desire to do. So that is going to be replaced with a villains stage show. And it's going to entail, let me look it up real quick.
It's like, I forgot the press release when I read all about it, and it's been a few days and weeks since all of this has transpired. But when I read about this particular thing, I was like, yes, give me, and we all want more villain stuff, right?
Yes, of course. Here we go. It's sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, it's based on the reflective realm of the magic mirror. The show will feature appearances by dozens of the most infamous evildoers with fiendish foes, including Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook, and Maleficent. It tells their stories of how they break through the glass.
They break through the glass. Only Disney marketers can come up with that. Yeah, I've seen the images for this. I will say, having actually gone to the Lightning McQueen show, it was fine for what it was. Like, it was kind of cool what they did with having a big old animatronic up there of Lightning McQueen. It's in a space that wasn't always used. It was more so for like parties and stuff like that. So it gave you a reason to go back there behind Rock and Roller Coaster. I mean, I'm not upset about it. I'm glad we tried it. Look, we all want villain stuff. So
yes, I think Disney's finally given us what we want with all of our villains' desires. This will tie us over until Villains Land gets released. So like, here, have the stage show, because it might take us 10 years to open up this Villains Land.
Right. I'll keep it in Hollywood Studios with my thing. This is actually like just a day or so ago that this got announced or talked about, and y'all are going to go, Kyle, really this interests you? And it does. Don't make it weird. Okay. It's called Glisten, a skating show that's coming to the Jollywood Nights at Hollywood Studios, which is actually going to be what sounds like Disney on ice, essentially, but for this specific event. Does this make me weird, or are you shocked that I picked this as my news item?
No, I mean, and honestly, there's not a ton of news that's been released in the last month, so we're kind of having to talk about some of the more, finer details. But I think it's really cool, especially because it sounds like, from the reviews I've heard, Jollywood Nights last year it didn't live up to the hype, and there wasn't so much to do. So I'm glad that they're incorporating new shows and new experiences for everyone. And I think this is so cute. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, here's a little blurb for it. Jollywood Nights 5-hour holiday event taking place through November 9th through the 21st of December. And then they're going to have international champion skaters performing routines to music, such with Disney songs such as Be Our Guest, When You Wish Upon a Star. And there will be 5 show times, 8:15, 9:15, 10:30, 11:15, and 12:15. So this party is going way into the night. So Disney on Ice, I guess, if you want to call it that. I don't think it'll be exactly those shows, but that's just something that I found quite interesting. It kind of caught my eye. I was like, I hadn't thought about them doing that before. I'm kind of sad that I won't get the opportunity to at least go give this something unique a try.
You never know. It's months away. Something might happen.
Oh, Lord. Here you go. You're going to get us planning a trip again. All right. Rapid fire. Maybe one more news story apiece. What you got?
So Pecos Bill has newly revamped their menu, and it looks really good. They have new options like build your own tamale bowl, nacho bowl, rice bowl. There's a new burger. It sounds good. I'm excited to go and try it. I'll be there in like 2 weeks, so I might have to stop by and check it out.
But did they bring back the taco bar?
They did not bring back
They
the
did.
taco bar.
That's what we all want to know.
I think
We're
that's
all
a thing of the
happy.
past. We need to let it go.
Oh my gosh, don't do that.
No.
Nah, don't do that. No dad jokes allowed on the show. That we'll let the Disney marketers do that. Happy that they're obviously revamping or giving new things to old classics and things like that. Pecos Bill is definitely like a go-to for myself, but also you guys as well. We've been there a lot. We're trying to branch out and not do the same things over and over
But
again.
it's hard when you love something so much and you only get to go every so often.
Exactly. And it's so nice to go back and eat dinner back there when everybody's congregating at the fireworks, and then you can go jump on Tiana's or Thunder or whatever, or Pirates, which sometimes gets a long line, but this will give us a reason to stop being adventurous and go back to what we know, our Pecos Bill. Last news item for me, and it's more so like current events. The hurricane Helene, is that how it's bearing down currently on the Southeast in general, but of course the bad side of it is going to hit Florida, as it always does. They're lot in life. So we say this not just be making jokes about it entirely, but obviously we hope everybody stays safe down there. Disney usually does a great job of accommodating if they have to close the parks or stuff like that. I've seen some great videos of like the characters showing up in the resort lobbies and doing just fun activities with the kids and doing like impromptu meet and greets. So in a time where you could have probably your trip is ruined, you sometimes might get these magical experiences. Let's just hope everybody stays safe down there, because I don't think you've ever been during a hurricane or anything like that. Yeah.
No.
We haven't.
Better to be stuck in a hurricane. Better to be stuck in a hurricane at Disney than at home.
Yep. Having a bad day in Disney is better than having a bad day anywhere else.
You got it.
We'll put it there. All right. So that's our Disney news stuff. Obviously, we didn't hit everything that we wanted to talk about out there, but just some of the things that were at the top of our mind. Continuing on with episode 3, we're going to talk about some food, because why not? It's Disney parks after all. And one of the best things that you can do at Walt Disney World is go to the Food and Wine Festival at the Epcot Center. My goodness. I am so jealous that, as we'll talk about in the next segment, your upcoming trip, you're getting to experience some of these things. So this is me like telling you what I need you to go try for me when you go on your trip. So
Kyle, you Venmo me and I will try whatever I want for you.
Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. I might actually do that just so I can. And then you need to text me when you're trying that specific thing, so I can just imagine what it's like as you're doing it for me.
Just shove it in a bag and bring it home and let you try it.
Are you flying or driving?
Flying.
I don't know about that. There's probably something about that air pressure is going to make it taste worse. Anyway, all right. Why don't you give us your little spiel as our Disney travel expert about Food and Wine Festival, what's coming up, and then we'll dive into some of the things that we like from this menu.
So Food and Wine Festival is happening until, I was not prepared for this, the end of November. And you can experience food booths from all over the country, and you've got your traditional countries that are all around the World Showcase, and then you have additional booths such as like Hawaii, Australia. There's over 20 booths, so there's so much food and alcoholic beverages and non-alcoholic beverages to choose from. So that's what I'm most excited about.
Yeah,
eat and drink around the world. But they do have other opportunities, like you can do the Remy's scavenger hunt, where I think you pay like $10 and you get a map, and you're looking for different little hidden Remy's. And then they have another version of that where it's Pluto and you're looking for hidden Mickey pumpkins. And if you find all of the Remy's or all of the pumpkins, you get a little treat at the end.
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, that's a new thing with Pluto. At least I'd
never heard of the Pluto one before, so I think it's just another opportunity to keep your kids occupied.
Yeah, I was wondering, maybe they moved the Remy more kind of not so kids focused, and then the Pluto one is more kids focused. With the stuff. So that's another opportunity to pull like Halloween into Epcot, because it's the Food and Wine Festival for the fall, but it's not very Halloween-y in there.
Yeah, I wonder if they will get rid of that part after Halloween. No,
that would make a good. Well, but I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe that'll be a news update for us. It's still around. Pluto pumpkins out there at the Food and Wine Festival.
So both of those you do have to pay $10 to participate in, and then there's a meals fromage montage, which is free, and you have to sample. There's a certain number of food items that they give you, and you have to sample 5 of them, purchase 5 of them.
Yeah.
They give you a little sticker once you do, and then you can take it at the end once you finish, and they'll give you a little treat. It's normally like a little dessert, like in a food and wine glass. It's nothing crazy, but it's just a cute, fun thing to do.
I do like that they incorporate things like that other than just, hey, go eat the food. You know, like here's a task to complete.
Yeah.
It kind of makes everything kind of flow together.
It's like pushes you like to try that extra little thing that maybe you weren't going to get, but you can get a sticker. And then
sorry, really weird juxtaposition here. Were you with us during the holiday festival of the holidays, one where I went around with determined to eat every cookie and trying to get the cookie at the end?
I think that was maybe the first trip that we all went on together.
Okay. I can't remember if we completed. I think we did. I think we completed that. But
that was before I knew what was going on. I was just following y'all around like, what's happening? Where am I?
You're like, why is this guy eating so much food here?
I don't think I ate one thing at a food booth that trip because I didn't like understand really what a food booth was. And
that was my first experience with the Festival of the Holidays too. So like I was like all about it, love Christmas. Anyway, we'll talk about that in another episode. Let's focus on food and wine here. No agenda here. We both looked at the menus. We have analyzed it, salivated over it. So I gave you ladies first in the other segment. So I'm gonna be this time and go talk about some of my things that I saw and stuck out to me. We're not gonna hit it all, folks. So know that we're probably gonna leave some of your favorites out. Macatizers. When we were talking pre-show, I was disappointed in Brittney because she is a mac and cheese fan, and she said she wasn't as excited as I thought she would be about this. So
yeah,
to call you out a little bit, sorry.
It's okay. I deserve it. I am the mac and cheese queen.
You are. I mean, we did literally get back on the Skyliner to come back and get you mac and cheese.
I mean, Jess wanted that too. That wasn't just me.
All I know is that you wanted mac and cheese, and we had to go back and get to the American Adventure just for you. And
that was also my first trip where I had no idea what I was doing.
Excuses. All right. So this is in Communicore Hall. Traditional mac and cheese with herb panko. That's the one option. Cheesecake macaroni and cheese with shaved beef, peppers, onions, and breadcrumbs. Interesting.
Cheese steak. Did you say cheesecake?
Wow. What, could you imagine? Cheesecake?
Like, what is that?
Cheese steak. Sorry. That actually sounds amazing.
Yes. That's the one I would get.
I'm going to ask, this is more of a gripe about all of food and wine. Can I please get less mushrooms? This truffle mac and cheese crap, boo. And can I get less Impossible stuff? But you know what? I might be interested in trying this Impossible chili mac and cheese with sour cream and cheddar. I might be willing to try that just because. I don't
think you would like that.
I probably
Everything in it is Impossible. Sour cream, the cheese, you wouldn't like that.
You're not supposed to like dissuade me from being adventurous here. I'm a picky eater as it is, but that's, I had to give us an opportunity to talk about Macatizers because they have a mac and cheese booth. How awesome is that?
It is really cool, but I will say the couple posts I've seen about the mac and cheese, the serving size is like this big.
Yeah.
And it's anywhere from like $5.50 to $7. And I can get mac and cheese at home. Like when I'm at Epcot, I want to get something that's fun and unique that I can't get at home. And I can get mac and cheese anywhere.
That's fine. That's
not to say I'm not going to go and get the mac and cheese.
She's the first picture she's going to send us in our family group. Is like, got it for Kyle because he dogged me so bad about it. So.
No, hate every minute of it.
All right, so that's mine. I had to get that one out there. What you got?
My thing is, how dare they bring back that pickle milkshake?
Oh, they brought it back.
What? How dare they do that to us?
Did you try it last time?
No. And if someone gave me a small little sample sized cup, I would try it. But I'm not spending money on a pickle milkshake when I know I'm going to have one sip of it and spit it out and hate it.
You know, that's a good idea, Brittney. I don't think they should advertise that, but I wonder if you went up to some of these booths and say, look, I really want to try this. But I can't justify spending the money. Is there any way you can just slide me a little?
I might do that because I think it is one of the ones where they're not already pre-poured. I think they have like the blender going in the back. Yeah. So maybe I will ask because I'm curious, but that thing is a tragedy, and I don't know what they were thinking when they came up. And 2 years in a row.
Hey,
Now watch me come back next episode and I'm going to be like, y'all, I tried it and I loved it.
That's what I heard a lot last year was like people were dogging it. It's like, this is the stupidest thing ever. And then they drank it and they're like, what am I experiencing? This
and
is.
I like pickles, but like I love pickles actually. But the thought of a pickle mixed with ice cream, that seems sinful.
Wow, she took it to sinful level. Jeez. I'm not a fan of pickles in general. Anyway, I'm trying to keep from tangenting so much. I'm getting so many little ideas in my head, things like that. So your first one is something that you're not happy it's back about.
No. Why?
I get it.
It keeps the people talking. That's why.
All right, here, I'll give you something else, something that intrigued me. And this is a drink. It's non-alcoholic. It's a little out there, I think, because I'm super picky. This is at the American Adventure Pavilion. Frozen pineapple chipotle lemonade. It's Minute Maid lemonade with chipotle pineapple syrup and a chili lime salt rim. Again, this is non-alcoholic, but it's obviously like a margarita. I'm in.
That sounds incredible. I'm in too.
Listen, so can we both agree that you must try this for me?
I think I can do that. That seems more than doable. I'm down for that.
Do you think it's going to be that spicy?
No, just because Disney spice is not real spice.
Unless you go to not Boma, help me, where we went last, Sanaa and do the peri peri.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. That was real spice.
That one, I every time I try it, the first little bite of it, I'm like, oh, this is fine, and I'm like, okay. Anyway. I just wanted to throw that one out there real quick because it just really caught my eye. And if I was there with you, I'd be getting it immediately.
Yes, I can't wait to try that.
What else you got?
So Brewing Lab, that's also back from last year. They sell wings and brew wing. I really want to try the peanut butter and jelly wings.
Peanut butter and jelly wings.
Yes. They had them last year. And when Ryan and I went, we said that we were going to go and get them and we just never made it around. So I am doing it this year.
Is this near Flames of Fire or Flavors of Fire, whatever they call it? Where is this located at?
I'm not really sure. I want to say it's near like Test Track.
Okay, well then it's not what I'm thinking of because they don't have the sticky piggy wings anymore, do they?
I don't know what that is.
So if you didn't see it, I know it probably would have stuck out to you. It was like a fan favorite of several other festivals of the fast. It's basically just like these, what it sounds, sticky pork wing things that were just so good.
I don't see anything like that on the brewing menu.
I wonder if that's kind of something where they did a different twist on that style. But anyway, that's very unique. I'll give you that. You should be pumped about that one. I love PB&J. I love wings. Will they go together? You'll have to tell us next time. You know, I'm a sucker for anything Hawaii, pineapple. I mean, that was literally what I just talked about a second ago. I'm going to give a shout out to the Hawaii menu and that I would call it pavilion, but cart, whatever, near port of entry, slow roasted pork slider, sweet and sour Dole Whip pineapple chutney, and spicy mayonnaise. Give it to me now.
Oh, I saw that one. That looks so good.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. But I'm just telling you, like, folks, prepare yourselves. Hawaiian rice bowl, Spam eggs. Now, this is where it gets weird. Eel sauce.
You lost me at Spam, but I'm good with the first one.
I don't know what eel sauce is. I don't know that I'm going to like it.
It's kind of like a soy sauce.
Is it really eel?
Oh, I don't know.
That's probably like people are screaming at us right now. You're such idiots. It's not even eels. Uncultured swine, literally, while you eat your spicy pork slider, slow roasted thing already. Spicy mayonnaise and oh wow, if I pronounce that word, I'm going to probably offend some people, so I'm not going to do it. Anyway, I'm still not done. Passion fruit cheesecake with toasted macadamia nuts.
This is Hawaii?
This is Hawaii.
Oh my gosh. I must have overlooked that. I probably got tired of reading.
So there's too much. I know we're not even covering half of it. So that pavilion alone, like just looking at it, I would literally I would try every bit of it, even with the eel sauce and the word I can't pronounce. But yes. That's the one I have to end on because that's got the cake for me, literally the passion fruit cake.
Yes.
So, go ahead.
All right, my last one is Refreshment Outpost. They have something that's called a chocolate amarula mousse dome, and it is a giant zebra dome.
Oh, I saw that in the thing. I was like, is this not just a zebra dome?
It is a zebra dome, and I am a little irritated that I got the zebra domes finally at Animal Kingdom Lodge when we went, and now they have them in Epcot. I mean, it's cool. It's cool
Right.
because now everyone can try them, and you don't have to drive to Animal Kingdom Lodge or stay at Animal Kingdom
Right.
Lodge. So it's great, and I won't be getting it again since I've already tried them. That was kind of like a one and done thing for me, but
Yeah.
it's cool that they're bringing them to Epcot.
So are you saying you weren't a fan of zebra domes?
Oh no, I definitely was a fan,
Okay.
but there's just like so many other snacks that I want to try, and I'm not going to go out of my way to go to Animal Kingdom Lodge.
You literally saved yourself from the zebra dome masses that would have come after you if you had.
Oh no, I
like,
love them. They were really good.
I've seen so many people like rave about those and like want to fight people for like not liking the zebra dome.
I will say the one thing that's different is the ones at Animal Kingdom Lodge. I think they're infused with like a liqueur.
Yeah, they are.
There's nothing about that listed on this one at Epcot.
There you go. So apparently it's family friendly as well. If you want to give that a try here at that place. Listen, folks, there's so many that we didn't talk about. I'll just rapid fire some of these things that I just wrote down on my thing. The Italy Pavilion looks great. Block and Hans, which is actually where we were talking about with the pineapple chipotle lemonade. What else? Sorry. Okay. Last one, I promise. Australia Pavilion. I'm not a lamb fan, but that's on there, but the rest of it might get me to try it. I've seen it before, this grilled bushberry spice shrimp skewer with sweet and sour vegetables and coconut chili sauce. I think it's probably a little bit different than probably different flavors or spices, but I've seen it something like that before. Definitely wanted to try that. And then they've got a yellow cake with raspberry filling and chocolate and coconut addition to it. So those two alone might get me to try the lamb chop. So
that cake sounds just like something Miss Rhonda would like. That's our mother-in-law. That sounds just like her.
And she's the one I had in mind when I saw this. I was like, even though I'm not a fan of coconut, so I want to try it. And if I don't like it, she'll finish it because it's got coconut on it.
She put coconut on dirt, and I think she would eat it.
There's a hot take right there. We'll have to see. We may have to experiment this next time we're all together, even if it's not at Disney. Just, hey, throw some coconut over there. See how that tastes for you over there. All right. So that's what we can cover in our limited time together for Food and Wine Festival. Definitely we'll have to talk to you a little bit more about it. Episode 3 continuing after we got done salivating with Food and Wine Festival. Now we're going to talk about a trip preview. We got to do the preview if we're going to do a review in the next episode or whenever we can do it in the next coming up episodes. Brittney is going to Walt Disney World, which we are all jealous of her. She continues to show us that she's living the life that we all want to live.
Yes, all be this wonderful.
Oh my goodness. So we thought it would be great just to talk about so people can live vicariously through you, what you might be doing, what you think you're going to be getting to. And that's the great thing about a Disney trip is you make these plans, and sometimes, and I'd say all the time, you find out things you didn't maybe necessarily want to do or change. But and when you talk to us about, I'm going on this Disney trip next month, what's your gist of your itinerary? Just let us live through it through you for a little bit.
Well, first of all, you've really made it as a Disney adult when you haven't been to Disney World in 5 months and you're like, oh my gosh, it's been so long. I can't wait to go back. That's how I am, like itching to go back. I'm so excited. So I am leaving in about 2 weeks, and I'm going to be doing a split stay. So I get in on a Wednesday and I'll spend one night at Coronado Springs. And on that day, I'll get in at about 9:30 in the morning. And I've never done this before. I'm going to go to a park the day I get in.
Oh, that is I've done it before. It's a challenge, but hey,
But Magic Kingdom's open till 11 that night. So I'm going to Magic Kingdom. Spoiler alert. So I'm going to try my best to be there by like 11 or 12 in the afternoon.
Okay.
That gives me a solid like 2.5 hours to get to the resort, drop off my bags. I'm assuming my room won't be ready then. And because they will hold your bags for you, bell services will. And then I'll head to Magic Kingdom. I'll have to take the bus because Coronado Springs is bus transportation only. I don't really have plans for that day other than just hanging out in the park. I'm going to try to ride Tiana's and just kind of enjoy. This will be a solo day for me because my friends I'm coming with aren't getting in until Thursday.
Now hold up. Now hold up. I was not aware you were getting a solo day at
Yes.
Disney.
So it worked out better this way because flights on a Thursday were $150 more than flights
Okay.
on a Wednesday. So, it did cost some because I did have to pay to stay at a resort for a night.
Yeah.
So I didn't, come out on top, but grand total, it was like, a $50 difference. So I was like, I would have to do it. It's a financially responsible move.
As someone who has taken 2 solo trips to Disney, now in both of those trips, I did not go to a park. You're saying what, Kyle? Yes, and believe it or not, I had an amazing time. Amazing time.
Oh yeah, there's so much to do outside of the parks. I would too.
Let me just tell you, I love y'all, and I love being at Disney with y'all. But when you've got the freedom to just say, you know what, I'm getting on the boat and I'm going to get me a Dole Whip at Polynesian whenever I want,
Yes.
it's amazing. So now I was joking when I said we are jealous of you, but now I am jealous that you're having a solo day.
I might see you in Magic Kingdom that day.
You might. No, I'm not kidding. Like, I'm literally now considering, do I have the time and funds to jump on a plane and like go over there and just kind of like come find you randomly and say, haha, I got my Disney day too.
That would be awesome.
And then run away and not even say anything to you.
You're like, no, but I'm by myself though. We can't.
Bye. Get away from me. All right. Well, that's cool. That's a cool start to a trip.
I'm still slightly going back and forth in my head about, do I want to go Wednesday or Thursday morning? But
yeah,
I love a morning in the parks. I like to rope drop more than I like to park close. And I like to do both, but if I had to choose, I like to rope drop. I think it's just going to work out better for me to do it Wednesday afternoon, evening.
Yeah.
My friends are going to get in probably around like 1 or 2 on Wednesday. So I don't want to be like rushing in the park feeling like I have to get out of here by 1 o'clock. I want to just be able to take it nice and leisurely.
Yeah.
So I think I'll do that. So fast forwarding to Thursday now. So Wednesday, I don't really have any plans. I'm just going to leisurely stroll around the parks. I do really want to see Happily Ever After.
Finally.
It'll just be easier for me to manage those crowds. I can squeeze in somewhere just as one person.
And this is your first time seeing Happily Ever After?
Well, I mean, I've seen like bits and pieces of it, like from the People Mover and YouTube, but this will be my first time like camping out, standing in front of the castle. Because normally we just go all out with the rides then, because the lines are shorter.
And let it be known that Kyle does advocate every time that we should try it sometime. And listen, there is something to be said about maximizing your time during the fireworks at Magic Kingdom. So I see both values, but at the same time, it rips my little Disney heart out when we don't, in quote unquote, I'm doing air quotes for the audio, our night with a fireworks show. So I'm happy that you're getting to finally see that.
Yeah. And I'll also be trying out the new multi-pass system that day.
Oh yeah.
So
man, you got a lot to report on this trip.
Yeah. So, and I wasn't going to do it on Wednesday, but the only reason I decided to was because there's Halloween parties.
Yeah.
Like 3 times that week. So I figure a lot of people are going to be at Magic Kingdom that day. I don't want to be standing in 60+ minute lines on my solo day.
It's a good call.
Yeah.
It's almost like you plan these. You're a Disney planner or something like that.
Something like that. So anyway, moving on to Thursday morning. Like I said, my friends probably won't show up until 1 or 2-ish. So I have reservations at Cafe Rick's Bar and Grill.
Yep.
At Coronado. That's probably not something I need a reservation for.
You never know.
But I got one just in case because I really want to try the chicken stuffed waffles.
Ooh. Now, yeah, I was about to say, because you're a big fan of Sleepy Hollow's waffle and something over there. Was it you or me that got the chicken and waffle thing? I think it was me that got the chicken and waffle.
You got the spicy chicken and waffle.
That's right? And that was spicy.
That Nutella waffle, RIP. They brought something back similar, but it's not the same.
I haven't spent a lot of time at Coronado. I had on one of my solo trips, I went and just perused around, and I think Coronado gets lost a lot because it's out there a little bit, kind of like Animal Kingdom is, and it kind of gets overshadowed by that. But I think, like their pool area is pretty nice. Obviously the new what's the tower called?
Grandestino.
Thank you. That's really beautiful. Now, when I went over there, it was actually being built. So it'd be nice for you to kind of give us your take on Rick's.
Yes. And they do have other dining like Toledo and Maya Bar and Grill and the Three Bridges that I thought about getting a dining reservation out. But it just because it wasn't going to work out with me doing Magic Kingdom at night, and then they're not open for lunch, so that kind of solved my riddle.
It made it easier for you.
Yes. But yeah, I'm excited to on Thursday morning just kind of walk around the resort and go to the gift shops, look at the pools, because I've never been to this resort before. So this is really fun. Yeah, I've heard it's big, and I'm staying in just a standard room, so I'll probably be like shoved way in the back of the resort. So I'll get really familiar with all of the walking trails and the bus system.
When you're a peon and you can't afford the nice ones, the preferred.
Right. I might go up to the desk and be like, "Is there any way I can
just start start batting your eyelashes and say, this is a special solo trip for me. I'm a Disney planner. If you put me somewhere, I'll talk even more nicely about it.
A solo trip of one day." But so then Thursday after that, after I just kind of wander around, if I have time, I might go to Disney Springs. There's nothing there that I'm dying to do or look at, but it's always nice to just go and walk around.
Have you tried the new donut place there?
Everglazed?
Is that what it is? I think it is. Have you tried that before?
No, I have not, but that was on my list of possible things to do because they have a really good fall coffee that looks.
You need to at least go look at it just to compare it to the place that we go in Universal all the time, or Miss Rhonda loves to go to.
Yeah, Voodoo.
You just see how it compares, because maybe we can convince her to go there more often.
I would love to go there.
Yeah. So we'll see if you get around to it.
So after that, I'm planning on dropping off my bags at Bell Services again before I go to Disney Springs, if I do this, and have them transport my bags to Pop Century, because that's where we'll be staying for the second part. And then once I'm done at Disney Springs, take the bus to Pop Century, meet my friends there. Again, not sure our room will be ready in time because we are going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party that night. So I'll have to pack my costume up and bring it with me to Disney Springs.
Oh, we're costuming, huh?
Oh, we're costuming, yes. I don't want to get to Pop Century. My bags aren't there, and then I don't have my costume, so I'm going to have to bring it with me to Springs. But me and my two friends are going to be Yzma, Cusco, and Kronk.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Which one are you?
I'm the Emperor.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yep. Yeah. It's very like mellow. Like I'm just wearing a red dress with like the Emperor's hat.
It's like Disney bounding, I think is what they call it.
Yeah, it's essentially a Disney bounding.
The essence of what it is. But hey, that's cool.
Yes. So pumped to do. And this is like another reason I wanted to go to Magic Kingdom on Wednesday, because I don't want to be stressed about, I want to ride all these rides and do all these attractions during the Halloween party. I want to be able to focus on the parade and the stage show and the fireworks and things that you can't do other than at the Halloween party.
Right.
So that was another big reason that I decided to do Magic Kingdom. So that's pretty much all for Thursday.
I was like, we're still on Thursday. I feel
we're still on Thursday.
We gotta get going here. Let's go. What else you got?
Friday, we're just doing a day at Epcot. The only plans that we have for this day are we're doing breakfast at Garden Grill.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, never done that before. That'll be a fun little character dining experience.
Never done it either.
Yeah, I'm excited to see, like, it turns, like it spins around living with the land.
And you're living with the land.
Yes. So
I love that ride so much.
I know. I'll be thinking about you while I'm on it.
I love it. And it turns around to the scene of the farm thing. I'm just like, I just love this so much right now. I don't know.
Garden Grill. Maybe we'll have to do it again sometime.
Oh man, listen. I will. I know I'm weird. I get it, folks. Living Land is a top 5, top 10 ride for me. Period. It is. You judge me however you want. I don't care. I love living with the land so much. I love it when it's holiday time.
Strong opinions about living with the land.
I could ride that so many times. You want to talk about like core memories? I have like core memories of being on that ride as a child, and it hasn't changed all that much. I love it every chance I get. So
I'm so sure we'll be riding it, and I'll have to send you a video.
I'm jealous.
And then I'll send you a video of me eating that or drinking that violet lemonade or the whatever kind of lemonade that was. Not the violet lemonade. Okay, so that's it for Friday. And then Saturday, I don't think we have a single plan on Saturday other than just go to Hollywood Studios.
I mean, what more do you need? Just go to Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. We don't have any dining reservations. No plans. I'm going to try to see Fantasmic. That's one thing I'd want to do. But yeah, other than that, we're just going to go with the wind and pray for good weather and Short lines. We'll be doing multi-pass again that day.
Okay. So you'll give us another rundown of how all that works and all that kind of stuff.
I've heard good things about it. It seemed a little dicey at first with everything selling out quickly.
Right.
But then it seems the more I'm looking into it that things are going to pop up throughout the day. So if something's sold out immediately, just keep checking. It's going to pop back up. So
it's just like when Genie Plus first came out, there was that first day were there for it. It was just a disaster, but it got better over time.
Yeah. So that's my trip. And then I'll fly home on Sunday morning.
The tragical flight. Well, it used to be, they called it the Magical Express when you arrived on the buses from the thing, and we called it the Tragical Express when you left. But that's not a thing anymore. So whatever you
I have this horrible habit that all my friends make fun of me for, that I get sadder the closer my trip is to happening because it's that much closer to being over.
Yes.
I'm already getting a little sad because it's getting real close.
Wait a minute. That's a problem. You can't already be sad and you haven't even gone on the trip yet. I get when you arrive, counting down is like only 5 more days at Disney. But like, I get that, but you haven't even gotten close yet.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm so excited. I'm not sad yet. But once I get there, I'm going to be like, oh no.
See, here's the thing. When she's planning y'all's trips, folks, for those of you that choose, and you should, to work with Brittney, she gets sad for you as you're like there, like, oh, they only have 5 more days at Disney. All right. Well, so that is quite the plan and quite the adventurous thing that you have, quite a list to get through. So we'll definitely talk on our next upcoming episode or two about all the things that you tried and did. But for now, that's going to do it for episode 3 of i2i in the Parks with Brittney and myself. Brittney, plug away yourself as a Disney travel agent to end of that.
Well, as Kyle said, I am a I'm a travel agent specializing in Disney. And if you would like to contact me, you can find me at Brittney Vacations on Instagram, or you can email me at brittney.reese@academytravel.com.
And if you'd like to find me, you could do so on i2i in the Parks. It's probably the best way to do that, to give me your hot takes about living with the land and how you probably hate it and why I'm such an idiot for liking it, but I don't care. I'll probably just delete it anyway. If you want to connect with me, that's a good way to do it on i2i in the Parks there on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I'll sign us off, as I always like to do with our i2i content. Until we assemble again, may the force be with you, and we'll see you real soon.
Bye, guys.